Hey, good Monday evening, everybody. Chris Allen here on the 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. So, if that includes your area code, such as the 606 or maybe the 615 or the 901 or the 502 or the 364, yeah, I can take care of you guys as well. It's pretty regional stuff here. We've got the R&R controls weather ticker going down at the bottom of the screen, and you will see that we're going to talk about a different kind of showers. Meteor showers. Ooh. Yeah, maybe tonight and tomorrow night, depending on cloud cover. Now, there is a possibility that after midnight tonight, when is the best viewing time for these meteor showers, that we could have some actual showers in a few spots, which I'm going to discuss right now. Let's just some of you are like, no, it's Haley's comet. Well, I mean, you're thinking about, yeah, years ago, it was pronounced Haley's comet. There was even a group that was, rock around the clock, Haley's comet, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But it's actually pronounced Halley's comet. It's got two L's instead of one. But if you want to see the Orionids meteor shower, it's either going to be tonight or Tuesday night. Those are your two opportunities to see those meteors come down. The only problem is there are some clouds, not yet, but after midnight, there may be some clouds coming through with a weak cold front, and that could keep you from actually seeing the meteors. So I guess you could say we have two types of showers in the forecast, which I will take a look at here in just a moment. But first, we check the numbers from today. Whoops, let me pull this out. Always forget to do that with this new stuff. Okay, here we go. So the high today reached 70 degrees. Very nice. And only 1 degree below the normal of 71. So today was a pretty much perfect middle of October day by the numbers. And the low of 40 this morning. No rainfall, of course, past 24 hours as all that rain finally got out of here and moved on and left us with some cooler temperatures. By the way, we are not going to get this cool tonight. That low of 40, we're going to be much warmer than that tonight by about 10 to 15 degrees, and it's because of the warmer air and the southerly wind that is now with us and is going to bring in some of the moisture that we may see late tonight. Now, radar is not showing anything, but I do want to show you what's coming. So we go to the NAM model, North American model, and we've got the time up here at the top of the screen. This is 11 p.m. tonight. You can watch these little very light rain showers move in. Here is midnight. Now, 1 a.m. So those of you here in the Bowling Green area and much of the 270 and the 615, before the clouds move in and before these, really it's just going to be sprinkles. Sprinkles. If it does anything, it's going to be sprinkles. Maybe a couple of light raindrops, but that's it. But once the clouds come in with these sprinkles and light rain, you're not going to be able to see the meteor showers. So just keep that in mind. So here's 1 a.m., 2, 3, 4. So you see how they're kind of falling apart. So sometime after 3 a.m., 4 a.m., this little cold front, this weak cold front is going to come through with some clouds and a few of these little sprinkles. But then it should pass on pretty quickly. Here's 5 a.m., 6 a.m. It's going to be out in the central and eastern parts of the state. 7 a.m., 8. It kind of comes together a little bit more. 9 a.m. There's a little better moisture in the eastern part of the state, leftovers from the rain that we had the day before. So they may see a few more showers than we will here in the I-65 corridor. So if you're wanting to catch the Orionids, the meteor showers tonight, you're going to have to do it right after midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., before the light rain and the clouds move in. But there's an opportunity tomorrow night to see them under a clear sky. We should have a totally clear sky tomorrow night, and therefore things should be much better by then. Okay? Let's check the Kentucky Mesonet now. Temperatures already falling into the 50s, a few 60s here and there, like here in Bowling Green and around the area. How warm did we get today? Around 70, upper 60s to around 70. Low temperatures this morning, mid to upper 30s to low 40s. I heard somebody say that there was a touch of frost in a couple of places, but not much. Winds right now, of course, coming out of the south, as I mentioned, at about 5 to 10. They've been a little breezy at times today, and looks like they may be breezy tomorrow once that little cold front makes its way through. Now, are we looking at some rain coming in? Well, the rain that's going to come in tonight, or sprinkles, it's not part of this forecast. This is not that. This is showing us what we could potentially pick up this coming weekend. We're going to get another couple of days of rain in the forecast this weekend, with high temperatures staying in the 60s and lows in the 40s and 50s. It will warm up once the moisture comes back in. This is calling for maybe an inch, inch and a half, about like what we had the other day when the rains came through. Well, let's check the surface maps here. And here comes our little front that is going to come through with just the sprinkles overnight tonight. And there you see it, 7 p.m. Okay. Here's 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. Here's Bowling Green. Here's Hopkinsville. And you can see they've got us painted in with, you could call it a 10% chance of rain. And really not rain. I think it's going to be sprinkles. You may get up in the morning, go to your car, and see little wet raindrops on your windshield, and that's going to be about it. This is going to pass through pretty quickly, but it's going to come at a time when the best viewing of the meteor showers would take place. So that's why I caution you that you may come out tonight looking for the meteor showers and you're going to get the regular kind of showers. But this front will move through by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning with a few leftover clouds, and then the sun comes back out. And it's going to be a nice afternoon tomorrow. Here we go into Tuesday night, into Wednesday night, Thursday, into Friday, and here comes the next system I touched on last night that will be coming in with an area of low pressure, a warm front out ahead of it, cold front behind it, and lots of moisture. So we're maybe not so much on Friday, but especially Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday. Here is Saturday with a little trough coming through the area ahead of the low. Winds will begin to pick up. It's going to be breezy again with this round of showers. Here we go into Sunday, still raining, and Monday, even though it doesn't show it here, there will be showers left over on Monday. So good. This is good because we're getting a little more consistency with chances of rain coming in. And look what happens to temperatures. We're only talking about mid and upper 60s to maybe low 70s on a few days. But check out these lows dropping from the 50s into the 40s into the 30s. I'm looking at Thursday night into Friday morning to be the best time if we're going to get frost. That's when it's going to happen. It's looking more and more confident that it's going to happen Thursday night into Friday morning. Because that 38 is more than likely going to be closer to 35 or 34. And at that temperature, yes, you can get frost in a couple of areas, especially the valleys, the hollers. Now, we forward all the way to the end of this graphic, and this right here at the very end is Halloween, which is not this Friday, but next Friday. And you see 41, we go from 62 to 41 by Friday morning, but there's another system, a big low pressure system that may bring us even colder temperatures than what you're looking at right there. Very, very possible. So we're going to keep an eye on that because it's very possible. Not just touchy frost, but more widespread frost for everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm seeing some of you comment here that you had some this morning, right? Well, let's check that, okay? Here is Judy and Mike Wilburn. We had some frost this morning out. That should be Highway 90 East instead of Hey 90 East. I know what you mean. In some of the low areas and on rooftops. Yep, that's kind of what you're going to see. How about this one from Mural? Scattered frost just outside Gamale this morning. All right. Sort of kind of in the same area. Let you go out Highway 90, then you go down 163 and other highways back down into southeastern parts of the 270. Let's see, somebody, Kathy. All right, Kathy Nunn. Frost in Edmonton this morning. Well, there you go. There's Metcalfe County. So some of you did pick up some frost this morning. Thanks for your report. Here is Rita. And she said Glasgow had some frost. And now everybody's chiming in. Barbara, frost in Albany this morning. All right. Well, thank y'all for chiming in and getting us those frost reports. Here's something else I want to report on. R&R controls. Now, today being Monday, I haven't talked to Barry Connolly or his family that run R&R controls. But I bet you either he or somebody at R&R controls got a phone call today saying, can you come out and check our HVAC? Can you come out and check our generator? Or I've heard Chris talk about these Generac generators. I would like for one to be put in at my house. Yeah, I can almost bet you somebody did. Because, I just don't, if somebody says, I want to be on your show, I want to sponsor you, whatever, I have to make sure that these folks are on the level and not just fly by night kind of stuff. I've been to R&R. I know the family. I've checked them out. Everything is legit. They've been around since 1985, for crying out loud. That's 40 years of taking care of heating, cooling, generators. Well, maybe not as long as 40 years, but they know what they're doing. So you need to call R&R Controls. As I've been talking about, it's getting colder. Is your heat going to work when you switch it on? Or is it going to smell like a dead mouse when you flip it on? Is it going to stink or is it going to smoke? Oh my gosh, I hope not. But you need R&R Controls to come out and take a look. 270-777-2024. That's the number to call. 270-777-2024. With R&R Controls, you'll never be without. All right? So we're all caught up. Maybe you'll get to see the Orionid meteor shower tonight, but there could be those clouds and those sprinkles that get in the way. If you don't get to see it tonight, you may get to see it tomorrow night. But these are the only two times that you'll be able to see it. So hopefully you will. I'll be back on your TV tomorrow morning at WNKY, News 40, NBC and CBS at 6 a.m. sunrise. And then again at 9 a.m. and then again at noon. In the meantime, have a great Monday evening. Thank you as always for watching, and God bless.